Alright, it's time to finish up the solutions for the analyzing histograms assignment. So, that brings us to the back page, which is number 17. And I'm sorry if the instructions are a little bit confusing. But what you're doing is you're making two histograms of the actresses' ages of these numbers here. And then you're making a histogram for the actors' ages, which is the next column. And so you're not actually using the year numbers in this histogram. You're just putting down their ages, okay? And so I'm gonna forego the whole frequency table right now, mostly because there's not room on my little screen here. But you can do it without using a frequency table. And the way to do that, well, it's first you need to get your histogram ready to go, which I've done here. I've split it into 10-year groupings. Since no one was below 20, I started at 20, so you don't need 0 to 9 or 10 to 19. You can start at 20 and go to 29, so on forth. And I'm keeping those same intervals for both the actresses and actors' ages. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through and count all the actresses' ages between 20 and 30, all the way up to just before 30. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that one's 16 tall. So I'm going to draw my bar all the way up here to 16. That gives me that guy. And then go to the next one, just count how many are in the 30s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's 10, so this next one needs to be 10 higher. That goes there. And then the next one's how many are in the 40s. We have 1, 2, 3. So 3 in our 4 in the 40s there. And there are none in the 50s. In the 60s we have 1. So that's gonna, oh, that is the wrong spot. There's none in the 50s, just we got the 60s there. Okay, and so this one's very heavy on the younger ages. I won't talk more about this a little bit. The next one's the actors. So I'm going to do the same intervals. I'll count how many are in the 20s. Let's see, in this first one, there's none in the 20s. The next one, is there really none in the 20s? Yeah, it looks like there are no actors that won Oscar for Best Actor in their 20s. So I'll tell you something. Okay, the next one is the 30s. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got 12 in the 30s category, which is going to be about this tall. Trying to make my bar a little bit less hideous without the barb there. Next is 40s. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got 12 on that one too. So that one's going to be the same height. And then just as many in the 40s. And next one's 50s. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in their 50s. Which is way different than the women. And we have 1 person in the 60s, well, in their 60s when they won. Okay, so here are 2 histograms. The men were definitely a lot more closer to middle age, whereas the women are definitely lower and younger. And so that's kind of something to put in this short paragraph. So you're going to be putting down things that you notice. And so if you're a little bit stuck, you're supposed to make up your own thing, but something that I noticed right away is the actresses' ages are way younger than the male ages. The male have 0 people in the 20s, so no male actor in his 20s won an Oscar in these years, whereas the women were far more plentiful. There were 16 of them. That were in their 20s, and the 30s category is kind of comparable for both. The men, there were far more men in their 40s that won an Oscar, and far more in their 50s, obviously, because the women didn't have any in their 50s, and the 60s were about the same for both. And so there's some observations to put down. If you're thinking about chances, like if you're in your 20s and you're trying to get an Oscar, you should probably be female. And if you're male and you're trying to get an Oscar, you should at least be 30, at least in this era of movies. And so there's just some things to put down in this lovely paragraph. Just discuss things and put it there. And that's it for this video.